We just passed over what appears to be a giant abandoned lodge. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. We just landed in Burlington, North Carolina, and we're going helicopter exploring. This video is something that it's just, you're gonna just see flat out like sheer joy in this video because all we're doing is going to have fun. We're going helicopter exploring with my buddy Aaron out here in North Carolina. We're about to ride in the new Porsche all electric. What's it called? The Taycan Turbo. This is all electric, and now I'm probably gonna want to go home and get it. So we're gonna go for a ride.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's responsive.
That's violent.
It's violent.
Oh my gosh.
It's got a G meter over here.
Dude, that's aggressive.
Dude, and this isn't even the fastest one. Now I was like, I should have got the fastest one. Like, if
oh my gosh, dude. Are you serious? That is the most violent acceleration I've ever felt my entire life.
Up top, it doesn't have much acceleration. It's all down low. See, launch stroke, but
my stomach just went to my spine.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's awesome. I want one. 100% sold on it. That exceeded all expectations. It's like a damn roller coaster, but faster. That was aggressive. So, Porsche, if you're watching this vlog, let's talk.
They talk to me too. I like talking.
Hi. I have my helicopter in Utah, right? We fly around the Utah mountains, amazing scenery. But flying out here on the East Coast is a completely different ballgame. You're flying along the coast, you're flying along like these just amazing spots, North Carolina, South Carolina. And we're kicking it off right now at Aaron's hangar in his beautiful Bell 505. This helicopter is a little bit different than mine. Mine is the 4-bladed rotor system, the BO105. My helicopter is designed to do like flips and rolls and a little bit more aggressive flying. This is like the Cadillac of private helicopters. This thing is so sweet. It's got autopilot. It's just made to cruise. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Since it's nighttime, we're gonna get up nice and high and just cruise. And we're flying from Burlington down to Charleston, South Carolina. In the morning, we're gonna wake up bright and early and head out and show you guys this incredible shipwreck that's like right off the coast in St. Simon Islands. Super cool. From there, we're headed down the Tampa area in the helicopter. We're gonna be exploring all along the way. This is gonna be wild, guys. Buckle up and enjoy the show. So hey, check this out. If you have a helicopter, which I know all of you have helicopters, this right here is like the key. This is the ticket, the thing to have. It's called the Heli Wagon, and Rudy's the one that turned me on.
gay.
Rudy's the one that turned me on to him. He actually had this one for his helicopter. I reached out, worked with Heli Wagon, and I got one out for my 105. You've seen mine cruising around. It's red. It's got the red lighting. This is Rudy's. It's blue with the black deck. Basically, it's a remote controlled platform that you can just move your helicopter around on. Because otherwise, see those little dolly wheels over there in the corner? You normally have to use those to move it around by hand, and you're like picking it up right. It's just this is the key. This is like the ticket. So if you ever get into helicopters, you're gonna want one of these.
Next morning.
All right, guys, real quick, since we're traveling right now, I figured this would be a perfect time to talk to you about something that's super important, actually kind of terrifying. You see this guy right here, your phone? Well, turns out it's a big old tattletale, meaning it takes your information, sometimes private information, and just puts it out there for the World Wide Web to have access to. Well, normally that wouldn't be an issue except for the fact that there's a lot of people out there who can steal that information and do bad things with it. So that is why anytime I travel, and pretty much all the time, I use what's called a VPN. It's a virtual private network. And the one that I use is called Surfshark, and they happen to be one of the partners of our vlog here. So the reasons why you want to use it: security, privacy, access to websites and entertainment that you can't get in certain parts of the world. For me, most critically right now while being on the road, is protection from public Wi-Fi. You see, if you get on a public Wi-Fi network without using any sort of VPN, all of your information, including critical logins, banking information, private files that you don't want the world to have, are just flowing over some unknown network, and that is like the #1 place where a lot of people's information is stolen and reused by identity theft. What I want to do is invite all of you to stop sharing your private information with the world and get Surfshark VPN to protect yourself. Literally, as soon as you turn it on, it conceals all of your identity and everything online becomes dark. What I mean by that is Google can no longer see what you're searching for. They can no longer serve you ads like, hey, I heard you were thinking about this or thinking about that. Nope, all that's gone. And the best part is Surfshark VPN is going to give you guys 83% off plus the first 3 months for free. All you got to do is use promo code SPARKS at checkout. I got everything down in the description below, so click on it, bam, go get signed up and protect yourself, guys. This is no joke. Like, it's getting worse and worse by the day, which is why having critical protection like this is super important. So get it, be safe, and be sneaky. This is like the best part of the flight right here. We're gonna fly from the coast, from Charleston, South Carolina, down to St. Simon Island to see the shipwreck. And then from there, we're gonna cut down to Florida, and then cut across Florida over to Tampa, which happens to be, well, not Tampa, but Sarasota, which happens to be one of my favorite places in the world, right?
Straight to that beach, boy.
We're not going to the Bahamas. So flying a helicopter, to me, is one of the most incredible experiences on Earth. The amount of freedom that I feel while excitedly wandering around the sky while searching for new places to explore below is honestly unmatched. The ability to land anywhere and still be able to fly above traffic at over 150 miles per hour is honestly what makes helicopters so perfect for my lifestyle. Basically, the desire to own and fly my own helicopter is probably one of the main things that's pushed me to want to become successful, because while helicopters are cool, they're not really cheap. And so you have to work your butt off if you want to own one, but every minute that I spend in the helicopter is worth every penny I have to spend to fly it. Honestly, guys, I hope that every single one of you watching this has a chance to go for a helicopter flight one day, because it's one of the coolest things you'll ever do. In fact, so cool that I am working on ways to give away helicopter rides to you, my loyal subscribers. So stay tuned. So we heard about a shipwreck that was right in the middle of our flight path, right off the coast of Georgia. We had to check it out. In September 2019, a 656-foot cargo ship called the Golden Ray capsized in the St. Simons Sound. Now, this ship was carrying over 4,300 brand new cars and close to 400,000 gallons of oil. This thing was full to the brim, and she tipped right over. Now, the yellow structure that you see in the video is actually a specialty-built salvage vessel that they designed specifically to remove the ship from the Sound. And they do it by dragging this giant chain back and forth across the top of the ship and cutting it into 8 different slices, just like a loaf of bread. As you can see in the video, they're about halfway done removing the wreckage, but they still have a long ways to go. We flew over the shipwreck on the way in, got a little bit of a, we didn't know, it's not restricted airspace, doesn't say anything about the shipwreck. So we circled it a couple times, landed here, got a nasty note from the airport manager saying, hey, don't do that again. Which is interesting because technically it's not, restricted airspace. So it's the thing about flying. You just gotta be super careful and aware of all your situations and surroundings. And if you're ever doubtful, just err on the side of caution. So we just genuinely didn't know, but obviously didn't, break any violations or anything like that. So now, picking up, heading towards Daytona Beach. We're gonna fly the coastline all the way down. Hey, stop what you're doing right now. I know you're watching this video and you're really enjoying it. But remember, I'm giving away vehicles. I'm giving away trucks. And when I hit 10 million, one of you is taking home a helicopter or some cash. So subscribe to my channel right now, and then please continue doing the video.
Good evening, world. You're back with big news, Channel 69, where we have just discovered an abandoned island off the coast of South Carolina. I have a correspondent there with boots on the ground. Now over to you, Heavy D.
So we're cruising along the East Coast here through South Carolina, and we just passed over what appears to be a giant abandoned lodge.
An abandoned island, Heavy D.
Like, I'm talking massive. It looks like Disneyland just left to rot. So just touched down. Gonna go see what's going on because this looks very, very interesting, and there doesn't appear to be anybody here. A place called DAUFUSKIE Island.
DAUFUSKIE. DAUFUSKIE is how you say that, Heavy D.
So we're gonna go see why this is abandoned, because it is a large property.
Heavy D, be careful. You don't know what's in there.
Doors are opening and closing. Yeah, there's definitely people in here.
If you're just now tuning in, we found an abandoned island off the coast of South Carolina, and Heavy D has his boots on the ground, and he is actually inside the abandoned building now, and he can hear doors slamming.
There's definitely people or something else in there, because about 10 doors just slammed shut, one after the other. This place is wild. This just got really interesting.
How interesting is it?
There's another one.
Heavy, are you running? What are you running from?
You see, this giant abandoned resort started off as an old plantation. And then these real estate developers back in the 80s decided to turn it into a really high-end beach resort. And it flourished. It was a beautiful hotel, members only, just an amazing experience. But as time went on, it was really hard to keep it up and running because it's in a really remote spot and the people who were managing it didn't do too great with the finances, and it fell into disrepair. So after years of financial struggles of being sold and bought and sold and bought, the resort was finally bought by an investment group based out of Salt Lake City by a guy named J.T. Bramlett. Now JT came in and he said that he had big plans for the resort. In fact, he promised that it would be one of the nicest resorts on the East Coast. He even talked about possibly making it a Ritz-Carlton. So after purchasing the resort, he went and borrowed a bunch of money to be able to do the repairs. He borrowed up to $17 million to repair the resort. But here's where the trouble began. Instead of spending the money on the resort and paying the employees and doing what he said he was going to do to make it better, he started spending money on new cars. He started spending money on personal things. And they blew through the investment dollars so quickly that they weren't even able to pay the tax bills on the island resort. And that's when the resort was taken from them and sold at a tax sale. But they didn't tell their investors that. They kept on raising money on a resort that they no longer owned. So they're just continuing to blow through more and more money. And then finally, in 2016, the employees of the resort came in and said, hey, we're not getting paid. Something's wrong here. The resort's falling apart. And that's when everybody realized that the whole thing was a scam. So between 2016 and 2019, the resort was completely abandoned. So in 2019, J.T. Bramlett and the investment group that basically did the Ponzi scheme with the resort got indicted on federal charges, and now they're going to jail for a long time. But that leads us where we're at today, which is a super abandoned hotel, a crazy property, an amazing golf course that's in complete disrepair. And the funniest part about all of this is no Cole, my attorney. Turns out he loaned a little bit of money on this project years ago and ended up being one of the ones that got burned by the investors and now owns a small part of the resort, some of the acreage here. I didn't know that when we landed here. That's the craziest part about all this. I called him as we were leaving. I'm like, dude, I gotta tell you about this place we just found. And he's like, you know I own like a good part of that, right? Crazy small world.
Tell us more, Heavy D.
This abandoned hotel on DAUFUSKIE Island.
Just get it in. It's pronounced DAUFUSKIE. DAUFUSKIE, Heavy D.
Is nuts. Like, look how rough this place is.
Why are you using your sexy voice?
Dude, every single room has just been absolutely punished.
Somebody been living here.
Like,
having parties.
who had time to come through every single room and just destroy it? I would have.
Big, 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 big bird! You know what that means. It's giveaway time. So anybody who heads on over to the Furman Power Equipment Instagram page, follows them, and comments on their last post is entered to win a brand new Furman 2100 watt generator given to you by Big Bird. Actually, we'll probably just ship it to you, but Big Bird is the one presenting this giveaway. Back to you, Heavy D.
This is nuts. Apparently it was a private club owned by a bunch of members back in like 1990. And then they ran out of money, kind of ran into the ground. So another group came in like 96 and bought it and tried to bring it back to life. They ran out of money. Then another group bought it and tried to bring it back to life. And they ran out of money. And the final group, 2009, I think, it was a Ponzi scheme. They were trying to basically use this as an investment portfolio. And then they, you know, got caught.
Catch. Who's that handsome devil with the Bible? Is that a missionary?
Bible?
Yeah.
No way. Placed by the Gideons.
But they also had phone books in the middle console of every hotel too, so it's been a while since they had guests.
This is nuts, dude. I wonder how many rooms are there.
I think this is my new place, my new house. If you guys could start fixing some windows, that'd be nice.
How do you get down the hallway? There's like, this whole building is like huge. Like, we haven't gone in.
I don't know if this is connected to the guest rooms. I think the guest rooms might all have separate entrances. Dude, look at the elevator shaft.
You're right, Heavy D. That is a big dark shaft.
Nope. Dude, how about that shot? Look at the chair stuck in the wall. DAUFUSKIE Island.
Heavy D, you sound like an idiot when you say DAUFUSKIE. Could you please say DAUFUSKIE like it's supposed to be pronounced in the English language?
How about you?
Things are getting really confusing around here at Channel 69. Big news.
Apparently the Melrose Club is...
Did you say Players Club? I'm on my way. Good evening, world. You're back with big news, Channel 69. And we have just discovered an abandoned island off the coast of Georgia Island, I think. Lanolin? Like sheep's wool? Guys, I gotta warm up.
Red leather.
Here we go again. Here we go. 3. Loud noises! Welcome back, world. You're welcome back. I'm not good at this. Have I done anything like this before? Never. Here we go.